going in case I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Out of nowhere, something fell from the sky. It almost hit a man who was just stepping out for work. He walked over and saw it was a studio light. How the hell did that fall from the sky? Like every other day. Truman greeted his neighbors, then went on with his usual, routine-filled life. The only thing different today was the radio news on his way to work, recording that a studio light had fallen due to a plane malfunction. But Truman didn't think much of it until that day, when he saw his father, who had been dead for years, on the street. Before they could even talk, some men rushed in and dragged his father away. It felt like every pedestrian and car around him were deliberately blocking his way. All he could do was watch as his father disappeared. Truman told his mother about it, but she brushed it off as his imagination. The next morning, Truman drove to work as usual, but then, he heard the radio broadcasting his every move. At that moment, he knew something was seriously wrong. To test his theory, he changed his route, only to find that everyone was trying to stop him, forcing him back onto his usual path. By now, the red flags were everywhere, but he still went through the motions of his daily life. Just when everyone thought he was back to normal, he vanished from the cameras. Turns out, Truman's entire world was just one giant movie set. Beyond it, millions of people had been watching him, loyal fans of his 30-year-long reality show. The director quickly realized Truman had escaped, and without hesitation, cut the broadcast, leaving viewers completely baffled. Then he sent out every actor to track him down. Meanwhile, Truman had taken a boat, sailing toward the very edge of his world. The director cranked up the wind to its highest setting, and now, even the audience was cheering for Truman. Within seconds, massive waves crashed over the boat. Everyone thought he'd give up, but Truman struggled to his feet, using every last bit of strength to raise the sail again. At that moment, every single person watching was in awe of his determination. Before long, he finally reached the boundary of his world, and with that, every lie collapsed. What waited for Truman now was a brand new world, even if it was still fake, even if it still had lies. At least, for once in his life, he had fought against fate, for the one thing that was truly his freedom.
In case I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.